Hello and welcome to The Big Picture. The role of media and its political inclinations is as much under scrutiny as are the political parties and the candidates in this election season. In the last few weeks, the debate about the bias in the media has been brought to the forefront by the Aadmi party. Arvind Kejriwal and his colleagues have not missed an opportunity to attack the media for having sold itself out to the BJP and its prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi. Yesterday in Nagpur, he repeated the charge and even said that if their government comes to power, they will set up an inquiry and send people to jail, including the media people if found guilty. Kejriwal's colleagues today, while defending him, have named certain TV channels and charged them of having received huge amounts to promote Modi and BJP. Is this attack on media and the charge that it has been sold out a valid charge, or is the media only reflecting the mood of the nation? Is the Aam Aadmi party unfairly critical of the media and making sweeping generalizations? We will discuss all this today with Paranjoy Thakurta, senior journalist who headed a committee of the Press Council of India on paid news, Vipul Mudgal, former resident editor in Hindustan Times and now with the CSDS, Saurabh Bharadwaj, spokesman of the Aam Aadmi party. Welcome to all of you. Saurabh, I would like to come to you first. Your leader has been making waves, regularly attacking the media. Yesterday, he seems to have gone a little further, and he has really made a statement that if the media is found indulging in this, he will send them to jail. You think that this is a deliberate strategy on the part of your leader to make media one of the major talking points in this election?
I think it would be really unfair and unreasonable on my part to paint the whole media by one big brush. But certainly there is a large section of media which is trying to fabricate a wave in favor of a particular party and a particular person, Mr. Narendra Modi. And this is what we have been talking for a long time, and we feel it, that there is a section of media which is doing it.
But, when you say that there is a large section of media doing this, Saurabh, what is the evidence? And this question will keep on being asked repeatedly with you people, that as long as the media was being friendly to you, media was projecting you people, in a good manner, you had no problems with them. We in the media used to wonder in those days when 24/7 Aam Aadmi Party India Against Corruption movement was being shown, and we were wondering, who was financing this 24-hour thing. Now that you seem to be on the receiving end, you are having a problem with the media.
Certainly, I cannot deny the fact that media has been, very much favorable to Anna Hazare's movement, and they have shown it, 24/7 on the television. However, I must tell you that it was only after, we started targeting the big industrial houses, especially Ambani brothers, that there has been a pressure on some media houses, or there has been some funding. I don't know what is happening, but yes, we have heard from a lot of people that there is a lot of pressure to show Arvind Kejriwal and his party in a bad taste.
So you only heard and you don't have any evidence to say that. Anyway, let me come to Paranjoy. Paranjoy, this sweeping generalization which are being made, of course, periodically they keep saying that, we are not attacking the entire media, it is only a part of the media and things like that. Do you think that they have any, reason to feel the way they are feeling?
If you want to generalize about the media, you should not. Firstly, there is a section of the media which is indeed corrupt. There's no doubt about it. But if you look at the media as a whole, it's a vast and a diverse media, all right? The Registrar of Newspapers of India has registered over 80,000 publications. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has given permission to over 800 channels to uplink and broadlink, of which 300 claim to be news and current affairs channels, right. Even if you and I might disagree that what is being shown is either news or current affairs. Two snakes getting married, ghosts sighted over Taj Mahal, Amitabh Bachchan has a headache, live, breaking, news, exclusive. So, all that nonsense goes on. There's a lot of dumbing down, there's a desperate attempt to grab eyeballs. Having said that, There is no doubt about the fact, the media after all is part of society. And if our society or sections of our society is corrupt, then of course that corruption exists in the media. But the more important point to note is that corruption in the media goes beyond individual corruption. You can bribe a journalist, give him a bottle of whiskey and he'll write nice things about you. That's a
whole story.
In 1930, Humbert Wolff, writing about London, the city of London, the uncelestial city, he called it. You can never hope to bribe or twist. Thank God, the British journalist. But seeing what he would do unbribed, there's no occasion to. Now that is true for the Indian journalists, and that's true for journalists in many parts of the world. But the problem is not that. The problem is that corruption in the media has got institutionalized, especially in the run-up to the elections. Paid news is rampant. Now, you are masquerading advertising as news, but the entire operation is clandestine. Money is exchanging hands under the table because the bribe giver and the bribe taker are cahoots. There are no checks written out. There are no receipts to indicate that somebody has paid X amount. Now this is not just fooling your reader, duping your viewer into believing that what is being given as objective, unbiased news is actually advertisement. You're also violating the election rules, the Representation of the People Act. And if you're the recipient of illegal money, you're violating the Income Tax Act. If you're a corporate entity, you're violating the Companies Act. Now this has been going on for quite some time, but there's greater awareness today that these kind of corrupt practices have existed and continue to exist.
So what you're trying to say is that Arvind Kejriwal or Aadmi Party or anybody who is having doubts about the credibility of the media when it's covering these elections, especially we're talking of the election season, so they have a point.
Of course they have a point. Whether Channel A has received money or Channel B has received money, whether all journalists are corrupt? No, I don't think so. There are honest journalists, there are sincerely journalists, and I think Mr. Kejriwal supporters are taking a far softer position than what he is alleged to have said in Nagpur. But the point is, there is the media and there is the media. There is a corrupt media, there is a corrupt corporate media, and there are honest, sincere, hardworking journalists.
You headed a committee on paid news, which the Press Council of India had set up. You had come out with a very elaborate report on that. So after that, has there been any improvement in the situation?
There's greater awareness. From the time that report was submitted, which was really in 2010, and it became an official document in 2011, and there's a long story behind that. Yes. If you want me to, I could tell you that.
We know that story.
You know that story. But the point is, since then, the Election Commission of India has issued hundreds and hundreds of show cause notices in various elections, the state assembly elections that have taken place. Now, as Sainath of the Hindu and many others have pointed out, the point is, even you have instances where the candidates standing for elections have acknowledged that they paid money to have favorable articles written about them in newspapers or broadcast on television channels, or even had articles criticizing their political opponents or against their political opponents after payment of a fee. But the concerned media organizations have denied it. So this is
there's no evidence. There's no way in which you can
precisely. So this entire activity is clandestine. It's surreptitious. A parliamentary committee has gone into it, and this is the real problem, because it's not so easy to catch these guys. So you need, it's not just the Election Commission, you need the police department, you need the income tax department, you need people who conduct search and seizure raids. So it's, we know this practice is rampant. There's a huge amount of circumstantial evidence which is available in that report of the Press Council of India, of which I was a member of a 2-member subcommittee. There's dozens and dozens of examples, and they're the biggest newspapers in this country.
Absolutely.
And there's Dainik Jagran, there's Dainik Bhaskar, there's Punjab Kesari, there's Enadu, there's the Times of India. All these examples, the Hindustan, they're given examples. And all the representatives of all these newspapers were given an opportunity to rebut, to give their view version. Some of them did, some of them chose not to. But the point is, this practice has been rampant. I'll give you a very funny example.
Very quickly, let me go, before I go to Vipul.
Gujarat